Hello people, it's your boy Osman back again with another video. I do apologise about the lighting. Basically, long story short, the sun is about to set, man is in attic. Anyways, Manchester United 2, Watford 0. I did actually predict that on my radio show that would be the score. Practically said that it would be a cagey game. But anyways, that aside, first and foremost, goals from Rashford, Martial and Decore, I believe, who scored practically on the 89th minute, something on those lines. First and foremost, when I seen the team sheet, I was thinking, okay, well, Mate must be playing in number 10. Otherwise, what the reason for it is there for him to be starting? Well, lo and behold, he was playing on the right bloody wing. I'm not going to go into it again because I've said it about a million times. It's just a waste. We're basically down to 10 men at the start of the game. He's pointless there. Eventually, after 11 minutes, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did make the tactical change and bring him back into the camp position. So I think we went 4-3-1-2, which I can't really say it made any difference, to be quite frankly honest with you. I feel like Solskjaer got this one wrong, not only with Mata, but overall team selection for me was just not good enough. I won't say not good enough, but Matic for me in particular, honest to God, he is so bloody slow, lack energy. Herrera for me again was absolutely piss poor. Pogba was terrible as well. I know he did some decent bits, but that would be me being biased if I was to credit him on a couple of decent passes and a couple of bits of link-up play. Because to be honest with you, it's not good enough from all three of the midfielders. I'm not going to pick on individual ones because I think as a collective, as a unit, they were all shocking, to be quite frankly honest with you. Some people are saying Herrera's performance was mainly obviously it was poor, but people are saying potentially because of the PSG thing, has that sort of turned his head? Is he not in the right frame of mind? Is he unstable? To be honest with you, I don't give a shit. You're a professional footballer. You earn a lot of money. You got to put in a performance. Same for Pogba. I don't care about this. There's rumours about him going to Real Madrid. First and foremost, just want to say his attitude, for me personally, his demeanour, his body language, everything, what I've just mentioned there, on the pitch for me personally was absolute piss poor. I don't think he was acceptable. He looked like a player who was fed up of being there. He looked like he was frustrated. I'm not really sure why, but he's been doing quite well. Yes, I could understand it was a frustrating game. We didn't have a lot of the ball, and Watford, to be fair to him, definitely deserved minimum a draw, if not, in my personal opinion. But it's hard to say they deserved a win because they didn't really create enough chances, bar the goal that they scored. But they definitely deserved a draw in my personal opinion because I don't think we were even close to good enough to get the win in that game. Pretty much a mirror of the Wolves performance, but the only difference being that Wolves actually created chances and Watford didn't. That aside, like I was saying, regarding Pogba, for me personally, if he's not got the right attitude, and he's going to continue to put in performances like this, obviously it's just a one-off game. I'm not going to go overboard, but it really annoyed me. I'm going to be quite frank with you. His attitude for me personally really pissed me off because I just don't think that's acceptable. We don't really know what that was to. But in his defence, what I will say is the people in front of him, Rashford, I suppose Rashford was definitely an outball, but Martial was non-existent throughout most of the game. Bar that him scoring and that little passage of play after him scoring, minus that he did absolutely nothing for the whole game practically. You know, Herrera didn't offer nothing going for. Like I said in my other video, Herrera is basically a CDM. He can't play box to box. He doesn't have the capabilities of, you know, playing forward passes and giving us that out ball, or at least allowing us to create something on the break. Because for me personally, him and Matic, honest to God, what the hell were they doing the whole game? Yes, we did have the ball, but when we did get the ball, it's just shocking quality, absolutely terrible from both of them. You know, if it wasn't for the defence, we would have quite comfortably lost this game because the defence, I've got to say, were absolutely outstanding. I know Phil Jones played as Lindelof because, you know, I think his missus has given birth to a baby boy or whatever. Congratulations to him. I'm not sure if that is the reason he's not playing, but Jones for me was fantastic. Smalling for me was fantastic. Luke Shaw was fantastic. Ashley Young was absolutely shit. But it's Ashley Young, what can you say? He's getting old. Delafeu was getting the best of him. But nevertheless, the defence won us that game. Made no mistake about it. Midfield was absolutely terrible. It's hard to be critical of Rashford and Martial. I know I've already said Martial didn't contribute anything, but what is he meant to contribute if he's got absolutely no service? When he has got the ball, he's got no options in front of him. Nobody was really doing anything bar Rashford, who was running about trying to, you know, give some sort of option going for Matt. No, I haven't even mentioned Mata. That's how bad he was. I fully forgot he was playing. I genuinely haven't even mentioned it because I forgot he was playing. Mata, what the hell was he even doing? Nothing. Absolutely, he was meant to be the sort of link between the midfield and attack. Absolutely jack shit. No quality from him. He made a couple of decent runs into the box where he got found, but his pace just let him down. He's just finished, basically, in my personal opinion. I mean, I absolutely love the guy to bits, but it is what it is. It's not a charity. We've got to get back to where Man City and Liverpool are. We've got to be ruthless at the end of the day. For me personally, Luke Shaw was probably man of the match. I was umming and ahhing about who to give man of the match for to, because it could have been Jones, could have been Smalling, or Luke Shaw for me personally. But because of his fantastic assists, I know he absolutely butchered a cross Elliott to Rashford that he should have made, but he definitely redeemed himself with that pass for Rashford's goal. And made no mistake about it, very well taken by Rashford. The only chance he really had, if I recall correctly, throughout the whole game, and he absolutely took it with pure composure, dinked it over the keeper, 1-0 to Manchester United. At this point, I'm thinking, okay, the game's opening up now, this is going to benefit us. And even then, we had no quality in the final third. This includes every single player who was going forward here. This isn't me picking on individual players. All of them were piss poor, to be quite frankly honest with you. Exactly the same as Wolves. It's not acceptable. You know, if we continue to put in performances like that, we are going to be very lucky if we get in the top 4. I know it's just well, I can't even say it's a one-off game because it's on the back of the Wolves game, so it's interesting to see what happens now. Is it because some of the players don't want to be here? Is it because the system wasn't suited to the players? I'm not really sure, but for me personally, we need to go back to 4-3-3. This experimental formation is not working. I don't know if Lingard was fully fit enough to play the full game. It looked like Martial was very tired towards the end of the game. He did pick up a knock, so again, it's just another setback, isn't it, really? But we'll have to wait and see what happens against Wolves. But coming back to our second half performance, again, absolutely shocking. Luke Shaw has actually come out after the game saying we all know as players our second half performance was awful. And to be fair, the first half performance wasn't much better, to be quite frankly honest with you. The first half performance was pretty piss poor as well. So I think, if anything, Luke Shaw, you're being quite generous to you guys. But yeah, for me personally, all the midfield at fault if we were to lose that game. They scored an absolute beautiful goal, by the way. Worked it, absolutely ripped to the park. Pereira and Lingard did get substituted on. I think it was at the 65th minute or something. For me personally, it was about 5, maybe 10 minutes too late. Even prior to that, straight away you could see that the change was needed. Herrera looked knackered. Mata was offering nothing. We needed energy in the middle of the park. Did it really make a difference? To be quite frankly honest with you, minus the goal obviously for Martial, I didn't really see what Lingard did. He was really frustrated. He gave a lot of cheap free kicks away, in particular during the dying embers of the game where you need to just have a bit of composure. Pereira for me again was trying things, but no quality. Well, I won't say no quality, but it didn't really make much of a difference, to be quite frankly honest with you. The only sort of impact you could argue was the fact that they had more legs than Mata and Herrera, so potentially to close down spaces, which obviously you know, prevented them from creating more chances a bit later on. But man, that's just been overly generous. I'm not gonna lie, the performance was absolutely piss poor. Like, I'm not even gonna do the player ratings because everyone's below a 5 realistically, and that's not even me being harsh. I expect more. We're at home at Old Trafford. We've got to keep the ball better than that. Yes, I can understand we were trying to sit back and counter, which again I don't agree with that. I'm not just gonna, just because I love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I'm not gonna agree with everything he does, because that would just be me being hypocritical. I didn't agree with the system, I didn't agree with the personnel, but we got the 3 points, which is the only thing that really matters in this stage of the season. For me personally, I'd rather just get the results. Yes, performance is important, but at this point in the season, we just need to get the points on the board. I could not care less how we do it. So that is my conclusion to this game. We were absolutely terrible, but the most important thing is we got off the bloody line. Yes, we were undeserved of the victory, but I could not care less, because there's been other games, i.e. Arsenal, where we've been fantastic and we've not got anything, not even a draw. So it swings in roundabouts. So do we need to improve against Wolves? Absolutely. Do the players look like they're up for it? No, they do not. I'm not really sure what this problem is, because it just seems like out of nowhere, it's just like the midfield has just capitulated. Like, after the Arsenal game, the midfield 3 have been terrible. But I don't know if McTominay, I don't know if McTominay's injured or not, but I personally think McTominay should be playing over Matic. Honest to God, I know that's ridiculous, because given how much you know, grief he got under Mourinho, but he's better than Matic at the moment. Matic is looking very slow. Like, I know he's always looked slow, but he looks so off the pace. And behind the ball, it's just constant. I just don't think there's enough energy in the middle of the park. Pogba, again, I don't understand what he was doing today. Like, he was going back to his old bad habits when he was dibbering on the ball. Is that due to the fact that he didn't have enough options in front of him? I don't know, but I've got to say I wasn't happy with Pogba's attitude at all. I know I already mentioned it, but I'm not happy with it at all. It needs to step up. It's Manchester United. I don't give a shit if you're linked to Real Madrid, to be quite frankly honest with you. I would be absolutely gutted if you went, but have some respect. That's all I'm saying. I might be completely wrong. He might have just been frustrated with the way the game is going, which obviously we know Pogba does quite a lot. But yeah, anyways, that aside, that has been my match reaction. I know it was probably very negative, but I've got to be honest with you. I can't just sit here and just be, oh, we won, blah, 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 because that's not me, really, to be honest with you. At the end of the day, we got the job done. That's the only thing that matters. Do we need to improve? Massively. We are at the moment, we're about here. We need to get up to here. At least there, if you're going to compete in these last stages of the season. The games are coming thick and fast, and they're quite hard games. Let's not even talk about Barcelona. Anyways, that aside, it has been your boy Osman. Like I said, Luke Shaw is man of the match for me personally. Leave your man of the match in the comments. Do you agree with what I've said? Do you disagree with how negative I'm being? Subscribe if you're new. Like, all that good stuff. Come on, United. Come on!